Vietnamese. Got to hurry it. I know. They're copyrighted. Answer that. Ski. Ain't seen none. You ain't seen none.
Anyways.
So yeah, anyways. We had just begun. Anyways, Caden said, he said anyway. Awesome. He said anyway. I ain't saying but
Emma, go find another song to make.
I'm just gonna leave the stream like that. I saved to an EA Sports to the game.
Yee.
Get her down there too.
You will survive.
Oh, I wasn't right. I wasn't right. Super Bowl. Hey, that's probably what I wanted to play. See that? We had just begun. Ba-da-da-da-da, she's loving it. And still not late for speed.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL. Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. It's a kickoff return of 94 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team to just score, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
So this is how you do this. You go here, you go special teams, right? Right. And you go A up.
Ready. 47, Mike 47. I'm coming.
Hey, did you see that?
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here.
Defense.
That's the other guy. He didn't do that. Nope. Ain't seen none. Defense don't know. He don't know.
So jumping from his free
Playing
safety
lacrosse
spot.
platform
That's
on
how
Madden.
aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward, only for about a couple there. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
55, Mike, guys, 55. Go.
Now Saquon Barkley, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Here's Austin. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Ain't got no reverse or anything.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's got room. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke with a shake and bake. Always Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 42 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym. Preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
I don't know about that.
And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game. And maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage. And they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Now Jones. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. That'll bring up second down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Looking for Shepard deep and unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dayon Buchanan able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on second and long, but now you still have to deal with third and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
On third down, Elliott.
Ow!
A big play
Don't
on the
you
ground
injure
there.
that.
Goes for 36 yards. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the fourth overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
What did I do?
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Thank you.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dalton Schultz there to make the grab. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it.
I'm like, you're devil.
And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. They've got this big lead. They said, forget one, we want two. Instead, they got zero.
Unbelievable they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
Throwing Jones. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Let's go.
To throw again. Jones. And his throw here's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And with the day he's having as we look at some of these... About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Go to 54. Go to 54. Wide in. Here go 46. 26.
First down, Prescott escaping the pressure right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
That one good for 33 and a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And shedding through the tackle.
Hi everyone, emoji waving hand, emoji grin.
And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. What I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Another nice move. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up in first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
They said don't do it. They said don't do it. But
on second down, Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. Gets past one man. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add two more onto their lead.
Partner, they're up big. They snapped the ball from the 15 for a regular PAT, yet they fake it and get it. Is the kicker's leg tired? What's going on here?
I don't know, but defensively, now with this deficit, now you add two more onto that. They faked the PAT. That stings a little.
It definitely stings, and I know the guys that I played for, they wouldn't be as mad at the opposition as they would have been at us for allowing that to happen.
Illegal touching, offense.
Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Mike 54. Check Mike, check Mike. Now.
This is Barkley. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Cowboys' 40-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
65, 65.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Come on, set, 8, read.
54.
Watch the backer. Get it, clear.
From the 40 now on second down. Jones. He's got his man. This is Tate. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Let's go.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now Jones throwing on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jones now going to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Back to throw. Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
He's on crack.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake.
Okay, never mind.
Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big, because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
You know, if I would have done it, I would have got laid the fuck out.
Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and they end up getting sacked.
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leighton Vander...
We'll challenge that. Fumble.
Wreaking havoc with a sack. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
Fumble. See? They dropped it. And close the door. He dropped it. Don't start talking smack.
Another line.
That ain't squat.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup. So it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Whoa, Shifty.
Whoa.
He did it again.
Get out of my way, teammate.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Man, he had to get in my way.
Draw play, Elliott.
Yeah.
So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll try the sweep with Elliott.
Oh, get out of here. No. Oh, get out of here. Oh, God.
And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
All right, guys. You want to see something cool?
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a loss of 12 that time. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They'll run it with Elliott. Space to run past the 20. And finally down at the 9-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Now Elliott. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. It's a 6-yard carry. It does put him just a few yards short of the goal line, but 4th down coming up. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action.
I have no idea what the heck I'm doing.
Running with Elliott. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And this Giants defense able to come up with a goal line stand. Well, they knew who to turn to on 4th down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's a surprise because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the 1st down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped, and they got it done on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Dak and the Cowboys ready for their next possession. He hasn't had his best day. They have been good running the football, and they have the lead, though, so maybe he just personally wants to improve his play.
And that's without a doubt, because at the end of the game,
Yeah,
he wants to feel like he had a really good hand in his team winning, if in fact they do go on and get that done. But the bottom line is finding a way to win the game. So if you're not playing that well, but somebody else is on the team, keep going to that hot hand.
Yeah, not over yet, but looking good here in the 2nd quarter. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
The previous play is under review.
Randall Cobb the ball carrier. He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And they'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
I say boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On the jet sweep, here's Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper in the final seconds of the first half as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2. They'll let Elliott try and run it in.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants.
I do that on purpose. Want to see why?
A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
It won't matter. They still get the ball. Darn turd.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this one is right down the middle. We have hit. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
So we can just eat it. I'm going for a squid big kick.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And New York set to take the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Jones hit and the ball's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Prescott now after the fumble recovery. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though.
You know what? I'm sitting in full sand, boys.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The New York set to take the field. They got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Oh, what the heck?
There he goes left side. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. They are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
The true one.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And the Cowboys defense, they march back out onto the field. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
Somebody get the football down behind. Skit your ass. What the heck is Woods doing over there?
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now Austin. Skirts by him at the 35. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not
Make sure to subscribe and leave a like on the stream and say done to possibly get a shout out.
Ezekiel Elliott, 64 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. You talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that is demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out, coaches screaming, tackle him, get it. And after that last touchdown, I bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out come the Giants. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jones on the catch. This is Russell Shepard. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for the Giants. And even 50 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Barkley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Here's Jones. Off play action. And this is Shepard on the catch. A gain of 32 that time.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. Jones hit, and the ball's out.
You better be ready next time.
Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Now Jones gonna throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This from 36 yards out. And Rosas puts this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is.
He looks mad.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more.
I give you a go. Guys.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. This is Elliott. They find some open field here. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Hey, we haven't been around the entire time football's been played, but we have studied our history, and there have been some great backs who've been accused of running out of bounds to protect themselves.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run, making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle, no running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you would... yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
On first down, Jones. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. He completes it to Tate. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is...
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 50, 30, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
New York set to take the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant. Under pressure, they got him again.
You see me? You see me?
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Another try after the first down sack. Jones, and he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 96 yards. And the Giants gain a bit of respectability. And that run his production in this game. And Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away.
His leg was
So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
Dances by him. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
31 yards there and a first down. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. The 30, past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 55 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. To throw is Prescott.
You say hey.
Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered all game long where they've handed him the football. He's taken it and found the end zone. He is so locked into that so-called zone, I don't think they're going to get him out of it in this one.
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And the Giants ready to come out now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
60 outlaw.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
You ain't going
At the
nowhere.
27.
From the 27, Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Jones now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
50, plant.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 45.
Ready?
On 2nd and 12, Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dallas defense, here they come now onto the field. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Come to my world. Now.
Jones now throwing to start the drive. They'll set up the screen to Barkley.
He said, whoa.
A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jones. And his throw is incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw, Jones. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. He'll buy some time right. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dalton Schultz. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
Did the same. It smelled terrible. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word work. He's got the lane, and there he goes. 20. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, 78 yards. And it's for pride now, but the Giants do get a bit closer.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too,
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You just tried to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
And there he goes again. 30, 10, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I can't help it, partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games, and all he takes off with it, it's a fake. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Jones throwing again. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Back to throw. Jones got a man, Slayton. He's at the 30. 10, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. That's a whole lot of points still to be down, but congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
It's like my old high school coach used to say, Charles. He said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's loose again. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And those numbers, they kind of tell the story of his game so far. Started off not so hot. Now he's really heated up.
And remember, he signed up for duty at...
Jones hit and the ball's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And New York set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And Ingram holds it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. A defense, and the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 40, past the 20. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such...
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line. Right? When you line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a pick it out. He's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Mike 54. Get it. Go.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And not a blitz there, but still able to get him from a strong safety position.
Yeah, I think that's a great example of what they call football IQ. Recognizing he was open, had a chance, and went ahead and got to the quarterback.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Looking to throw. Jones. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
No, I think it's
down. 30 base. Mike's by 4. What we got? What we got? What we got? Go.
Now Jones to throw on third down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
We got one more. Don't
And
worry.
what are the whistles
We got
for?
one more
Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now.
Let us see
And as the two
those
teams
stats.
talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
Ezekiel Elliott, 543 yards, touchdown 7, no fumbles. To 121. Total offense, rushing yards 6, passing yards 58, first downs 14, punt return yards, kickoff return, total yards 1,139, turnovers 0-+6, third down covers 50%, fourth down covers 50%, 2-point conversion 54, red zone 80. Red zone touchdown 4. Red zone field goal. Penalties. You get a 4 out of possession time. 12. That's pretty Gucci, bro. Here he goes. Look at all them right there. I'll bring QB over here.
Who else is watching?
I think nobody. Nobody else. Yeah. Oh, Paul, I'm going back to get ready. Good day. Turns. Dun, 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 dun. I'm a little character. Oh yeah, this is the one where I just filled off. It's like, I'm gonna get them. Nah, I just don't want to do it.
How many minutes did you put for each quarter?
I think 7. think it's 7. No, big ol' Ezekiel Elliott. He got a 543. Excuse me. No fumbles. Touchdown, 7 touchdowns, yeah. He's ready. He's ready. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna get off here and end the stream. I'll see you later. Peace.